Bon dia a tothom. El meu nom és Lourdes Mochales, lidero l'equip d'innovació oberta internacional a la Unitat de Transformació Tecnològica i Disrupció d'Acció. Gràcies per connectar-vos avui a aquesta sessió que té per títol Descobreix els reptes de l'Open Innovation Challenge en el marc de l'Smart City 2023. Com sabeu, l'Smart City Congress és un dels esdeveniments més rellevants sobre la innovació urbana i que tindrà lloc a Barcelona del 7 al 9 de novembre. Crec que ara mateix teníem una mica més de 100 inscrits a la sessió. L'acte d'avui constarà de dues parts. La primera part és en català, on us presentarem les diferents activitats que des d'Acció organitzem en el marc d'aquest congrés. I també, especialment, la sessió d'avui us explicarem l'Open Innovation Challenge. A la segona part serà en anglès i està centrada ja en aquesta activitat, que és l'Open Innovation Challenge, i en concret us presentarem els reptes que tenen els diferents challenge owners participants. Però, com deia, a banda de l'Open Innovation Challenge, també organitzem dues activitats més. La primera activitat és el City Challenges, que és una activitat en el marc del projecte europeu GUS, on hi haurà una sessió de pitch, de challenges i alguns tallers. I després també hi haurà el Urban Transition Challenge, que és una activitat gestionada per l'Smart Cities Marketplace, que és un programa de la Direcció General d'Energia de la Comissió Europea i que té per objectiu fomentar la transició verda en l'àmbit urbà. Ara, tot seguit, el company d'Acció, l'Oriol Martínez, us donarà més detalls. I en relació al tema de la sessió d'avui, que és l'Open Innovation Challenge de l'Smart City Congress, us volem ampliar una miqueta més la informació. Però què és l'Open Innovation Challenge? Al final, què és un Open Innovation Challenge? De què estem parlant? Doncs un Open Innovation Challenge és una activitat de connexió al final de matchmaking que fem a les principals fires i congressos de temàtica innovadora i de tecnologia que es fan a Catalunya. I així aprofitem tota l'atracció que ens porten a nivell d'oferta de solucions tecnològiques. Al final es tracta d'unes trobades. Per una banda, tenim la part de la demanda, on tenim corporacions, empreses, i també tenim licitadors públics amb reptes d'innovació oberta i també licitacions de compra pública d'innovació i que necessiten productes o serveis que no han trobat en el mercat i que, per tant, s'han de desenvolupar o s'han d'integrar. Aquests són els challenge owners, com deia, la part de la demanda. Treballem aquesta part amb la metodologia de repte d'innovació oberta o bé de licitació de compra pública d'innovació. Després tenim l'altra part, la part de l'oferta. Fem difusió d'aquests reptes per identificar proveïdors de solucions tecnològiques innovadores que poden aportar una solució en aquests reptes i en aquestes licitacions. Aquesta oferta la conformen, una mica ens adaptem al que el challenge owner demana. L'oferta la poden conformar startups, centres tecnològics, centres de recerca, pimes innovadores, etcètera. Fem una bona difusió dels reptes i de les licitacions, també fem scouting i tot això ho fem tant a nivell local com a nivell internacional, adaptant-nos una mica al que ens demana aquest challenge owner. Un cop fem aquesta difusió i scouting, treballem molt de la mà del challenge owner, donant-li suport per poder fer un bon filtre i identificar quins són els proveïdors que poden aportar una millor solució al que ells necessiten. Amb tota aquesta part d'oferta de proveïdors que han estat seleccionats, s'organitza una agenda de reunions personalitzada per cada un dels challenge owners i amb aquestes empreses o startups que han estat seleccionades. A nivell de calendari, des d'Acció organitzem diversos Open Innovation Challenges al llarg de l'any. Normalment comencem l'any, aquest 2023 ha estat així, comencem l'any amb l'ICE, a finals de gener. L'ICE és aquest congrés del sector audiovisual, però que s'està obrint a altres sectors. Jo diria que és interessant per tota aquella empresa, corporació o entitat pública que tingui una necessitat, que tingui un repte que es pot resoldre amb tecnologies de l'àmbit audiovisual. Després de l'ICE continuem a finals de febrer, principis de març, depèn de l'any, continuem amb el Mobile World Congress. Ja estan en marxa les campanyes, ja estem treballant amb ICE i amb Mobile World Congress i en breu tindreu més informació. Farem difusió dels reptes perquè pugueu també presentar les vostres propostes de solució. Un cop passat el mobile, continuem l'any, a l'abril hi ha l'Advanced Factories, més endavant al maig ja fem el Health Revolution Congress i acabem l'any amb l'Smart City, com és el cas ara mateix. És possible que de cara a 2024 afegim algun altre i tinguem alguna novetat d'algun sector que fins ara no hem fet cap Open Innovation Challenge com a tal. Si en la resta de congressos, com el Mobile World Congress, com l'ICE, el client principal, el client VIP, per dir-ho d'alguna forma, són principalment les corporacions, el Congrés Smart Cities canvia una miqueta i el client públic, de fet, pren molta rellevància. I això ho enllacem amb el programa de compra pública d'innovació que fa anys que treballem des d'Acció i que avui no és l'objectiu d'avui, parlar d'aquest programa, però en tot cas, si voleu ampliar informació, ens podeu contactar i que sapigueu que podeu trobar oportunitats relacionades amb la compra pública d'innovació amb la plataforma Catalonia Open Challenges que tenim en funcionament des de fa un parell d'anys. Per tant, com deia, l'Open Innovation Challenge de l'Smart City, els challenge owners que tenim són molts de caire públic. Per posar un parell d'exemples, tenim el Westminster City Council, també tenim l'Ajuntament de Barcelona amb un altre repte i des de fa un parell d'anys també estem intentant treballar tota la part privada, també, perquè el Congrés dona també per treballar aquests reptes que tenen a veure amb la sostenibilitat. Per exemple, des del punt de vista privat, tenim a Roca, que avui no podran estar fent el seu pitch, però que us explicarem els seus reptes. Tenim també a Fluidra i a Barcelona Drone Center. En total, aquest any a l'Open Innovation Challenge tenim 15 challenge owners i 18 reptes o licitacions de compra pública d'innovació on podeu presentar les vostres solucions. Us animem a que us les mireu en detall i presenteu les solucions si penseu que us encaixen. Els reptes, com deien, estan relacionats amb les temàtiques que es treballen bé al Congrés Smart Cities, reptes relacionats amb la gestió de ciutats, reptes al voltant de la sostenibilitat, com puguin ser la reducció de residus, la reutilització de materials, l'energia, etcètera, i també, per exemple, el futur de la mobilitat. Com deia, a la sessió d'avui l'objectiu principal és que escolteu els challenge owners, no estan tots, però n'hi ha bastants. Els que no estiguin, explicarem nosaltres quins són els seus reptes, quines són les seves necessitats. Us explicarem també com participar en aquest Open Innovation Challenge de l'Smart City i us explicarem, molt important, com funciona la plataforma que hem habilitat per facilitar aquesta connexió. I ja sense més demora, passo la paraula a l'Oriol Martínez de l'equip d'Acció perquè us doni més detalls de la resta d'activitats que organitzem i a continuació de l'Oriol entrarà l'Anna Monistrol que us explicarà en concret aquesta activitat de l'Open Innovation Challenge al Congrés Smart City. Moltes gràcies a tots i espero que la sessió d'avui sigui del vostre interès.
Hola, gràcies Lourdes, bon dia a tothom. Entenc que poseu la presentació, no? La poseu vosaltres, correcte? Sí, perfecte. Soc l'Oriol, l'equivalent de l'equip de l'Anna, però no d'innovació, sinó de comerç convencional, sense tants aspectes d'innovació. Però encantats de tenir-vos aquí. Hello everybody. I think we have people also from the Anglo-speaking world. Però continuarem en anglès. Llavors, el que proposem des de l'àrea de negoci internacional i una mica seguint l'experiència exitosa de 12 anys de l'Open Innovation Challenges són els Cities Challenges, que tenen dues derivacions, workshops i pitch. Aquests són els deadline. Important, en principi tenim deadline avui per rebre els últims challenge owners, però eventualment ho podríem estendre fins al divendres 29, perquè de fet ja tenim alguna demanda que ens han demanat si es pot allargar d'Amèrica Central i de Roma. fins al 15 de desembre estarem ajuntant, fent el matching entre el solution demands i els solution providers. Això bàsicament, com ho diem aquí, amb l'equip del Catalunya Industrial Supplier i la base de dades que tenim acció a la part de negoci internacional per trobar, a una part, el que estan demanant les institucions públiques de tot el món en projectes específics i el que podem proveir des d'aquí de Catalunya i no només de Catalunya, perquè és important ressaltar que aquest projecte, aquesta activitat està finançada amb el projecte GUS, que Acció és líder, nosaltres mateixos, i per tant tenim partners d'Estònia, Flanders i de Croàcia que també estaran posicionant les seves empreses. Aquí tenim dues activitats principals, com hem dit, sempre l'últim dia de la Smart City Expo, que és el dijous 9 de novembre. Tenim els workshops que farem a l'estand de Catalunya durant tot el dia, on estarem portant a l'estand de Catalunya, el que diem mini teatrullo, l'espai d'àgora de l'estand de Catalunya, estarem portant city officers o també corporacions perquè ens parlin de què esperen trobar en l'àmbit dels solution providers. I aquí tindrem segurament de Brasil, una de les ciutats principals, una altra ciutat de Minas Gerais, dos, segurament d'Uisburg, segurament també de Colòmbia i segurament d'alguna altra i alguna delegació, perquè volem donar molt jove a les delegacions estrangeres, encara ho hem de tancar. Dintre de 2 o 3 setmanes tindreu més detall a la pàgina de Bitumatx, que després us divulgarem. Això durant tot el dia 9, dijous, dia 9 de novembre, a l'estand de Catalunya. Això ho estarem divulgant, sobretot, entre 2 o 3 setmanes. I després hi haurà la part que diem City Challenges Pitch, que és també el dia 9 a les 12, on 6-8 City Officers de tot el món. Aquí tenim confirmats de Malàisia, segurament de Roma, de Westminster, també de Turquia, on ells ens proposen un challenge específic amb la idea que es trobin amb l'oferta de solucions per a aquest challenge. Per tant, si pots passar ja a la següent slide. Perfecte. Una mica per entendre què proposem, no? Storytelling. Si ets una ciutat, una corporation que estàs treballant ja en projectes públics, ens interessa això, una corporation que s'obri a noves solucions, a nous partners, nous proveïdors, per millorar la seva... per millorar com està desenvolupant projectes públics en aquests àmbits, els àmbits de la Smart City, els tracks que es diuen, que City Barcelona ha situat 8, mobilitat, seguretat, edificació, energia, etc. Llavors diem que el City Challenges, una mica en paral·lel a l'Open Innovation Challenges, que agraïm també l'espai d'avui, és el teu event, sempre el dijous 9 de novembre. Això està liderat per Catalunya Trade, no només Catalunya Trade, en partnership amb les Smart Cities Marketplace, amb la Unió Europea d'Energy Energy, també el projecte GUS, i també molt important la xarxa EN, que treballen pràcticament gairebé 40 nodes EN, no només d'Europa, sinó de tot el món. I el que ajudem, en paral·lel al que fan l'equip de Open Innovation Challenges, és a provocar fruitful, trobades productives de cara al challenge owner amb solution providers, B2B i B2C. Llavors, quins són els nostres assets? El Bitumatx, on esperem tenir més de 1.000 usuaris, molt important que us inscriviu ja mateix. Quan abans millor, perquè quan abans millor us inscriviu, us poden veure al teu marketplace i poden també començar a demanar-vos reunions, recordeu, online, els 2 i 3 de novembre. I potser ja l'última, Anna, una mica de didàctica del que seria la nostra òptica dels mercats en potencial en client públic internacional, és que molts de vosaltres sereu empreses que no licitareu directament en projectes públics a Colòmbia, a Panamà, a Àfrica, a Àsia també, evidentment també a Europa, sinó potser sou partners d'empreses locals que ja estan participant en licitacions, per tant ja estan establertes, o sou proveïdors subcontractistes a través de distribuïdors o també en un tender hi pot haver la figura del proveïdor subcontractista, que és potser una figura més fàcil de cara a sortir fora. És més fàcil per una PIME, localment, Catalunya, estat espanyol, més fàcil també Unió Europea, Mercat Únic, 27, que no és fàcil tampoc accedir a licitacions, per exemple, de França i Itàlia, com a licitant català, és més fàcil treballar a través, en aquest cas, d'un licitant ja francès o italià. I nosaltres us ajudem a posicionar-vos en tots els mercats internacionals, en projectes públics, dintre de les nostres capacitats. I contents d'explicar-vos-ho a més detall després d'aquesta sessió en qualsevol moment, la setmana que ve o més endavant. Tindreu els detalls nostres, no, Anna, al final de la presentació. I fins aquí el que volia dir. Moltes gràcies. Ens veiem.
Gràcies, Oriol. Això ja veieu que és un tema d'equip, de diferents equips d'acció i a vegades ens complica una miqueta l'organització interna. Jo soc l'Anna Monistrol, treballo al Departament d'Innovació Oberta Internacional juntament amb la Lourdes i dins del departament diguem que soc especialista en compra pública d'innovació, que després també això té les seves conseqüències, i responsable de l'Smart City Open Innovation Challenge. Doncs, deixeu-me que torni a compartir, que aquí ara jo haig de fer diverses coses alhora i sembla que sí. Perfecte. Per què passo? Molt bé. Doncs què us oferim en l'Open Innovation Challenge? Us oferim poder ser seleccionats per fer una reunió cara a cara amb un challenge owner que en diem, ja sigui privat o entitat pública, i fer una reunió amb ells de 30 minuts. Aquestes reunions poden ser online el 2 i 3 de novembre o presencials el 7 i 8 de novembre. O sigui que el presencial a la Fira de l'Hospitalet, en l'estand de Catalunya, tindrem 10 taules, que hi haurà reunions, cada challenge owner tindrà una taula assignada i hi haurà reunions de 10 a 6 de la tarda. I què més us oferim? Doncs poder anar a l'Open Innovation Pitch que farem, que en aquest cas sí que està centrat històricament. Hem treballat fa molts anys en intentar que les entitats públiques presentin aquí, en l'Open Innovation Pitch, els seus projectes més madurs i, per tant, es presentaran licitacions que estaran obertes aleshores. Quan una licitació està oberta no es poden asseure en una taula amb un proveïdor i, per tant, també heu de tenir en compte que alguns dels que estaran a l'Àgora no us podreu reunir amb ells, però el que sí que us podreu reunir amb ells són projectes no tan madurs i podem dir que estan o en les fases de consulta de mercat o inclús abans en el que en diuen demanda primerenca. Però bé, aquí fets també la propaganda del programa de compra pública d'innovació i una miqueta com s'estructuren aquests projectes. Com heu de participar? Doncs registrar-vos a la plataforma, ara ho veurem en un moment com es registreu. En el marketplace que en diem, descriure bé la solució que oferiu, el vostre producte o servei, pensant que això també servirà perquè el que té l'organització, que té el repte, us pugui seleccionar o no, i si us selecciona, anar a l'agenda que ja tindreu tancada amb ell, o online el 2-3 o presencialment el 7 i el 8. Presencialment també depèn de la disponibilitat de les organitzacions. I, temes pràctics, els que aconseguiu una reunió amb el Challenge Owner presencialment, també us oferirem un 50% de descompte en el Visitor Pass, que serveix pels 3 dies, o sigui que podeu també aprofitar els 3 dies. I aquests són les 15 organitzacions que tenen els 18 reptes, que després amb el Pol ho veurem. I ara el que sí que m'agradaria és compartir-vos la meva pantalla perquè així veiem com us podeu registrar. Sí, em sembla que sí, que es veu el... Perfecte. Doncs, això és la pantalla, la home. Aquí tenim la descripció de l'esdeveniment i dels 3 grans challenges i dels pitches. També important aquí el planning de les activitats, perquè si no... Fem moltes coses i val la pena que també tingueu present que aquí hi ha les activitats per si us interessen. I la idea és que en l'Open Innovation Challenge anem a la pestanya de l'Open Innovation Challenge i aquí tenim els 15 organitzacions que tenen el seu repte i, per exemple, si naveguem al d'ATR, feu clic aquí i us sortirà qui és l'interlocutor d'aquesta organització, en aquest cas l'Advanced Telecommunication Research Institute Internacional del Japó. Explica una miqueta qui són, a què es dediquen i el seu repte, una mica de descripció, que si considereu que us interessa i teniu alguna cosa que oferir, doncs el que heu de fer és registrar-vos. Ara jo faré, si tot aquí us demana un e-mail, em registro com a jo, faig una mica de trampa, diguéssim, i login. Veieu que hi ha com tres processos per registrar-vos. Et demana si el tipus d'atenció que faràs, o remota o presencial, el participation type, que tots heu de posar participation com a participant, els challenge owners ja s'han registrat, i aquí al perfil us demanen el nom, la foto, perquè així sabeu també quina cara fa quan us veieu, i una mica de descripció de la vostra entitat, si voleu posar el logo, quines activitats i quines tecnologies sou forts la vostra organització i, finalment, l'adreça, fan una mica de preguntes que heu de contestar de la vostra empresa i també us demanen a quin repte voleu aplicar. I després de tot això, també és molt important al final quina disponibilitat teniu vosaltres a l'agenda, perquè potser no podeu, però jo us recomano que ho poseu tot, perquè qui serà més restrictiu serà el propietari del repte. I després anirem veient amb la segona part del Pol, entrarem en els reptes i veurem en detall cada un quins reptes tenim. I si us sembla, passo ja la paraula al Pol, que farà en anglès i així també estarà gravat i proveïdors de tot arreu del món també podran accedir a poder presentar les seves solucions. Pol?
Thank you, Anna. In this part, we're going to talk indeed about the Open Innovation Challenges in a more detailed way. My name is Paul Barreveld. I'm the director of the Axio office in Amsterdam. I'm going to help you take a look at all the challenges and see where the opportunities are for you. In total, we have 16 organizations who have published challenges, 21 in total. And many of the challenge owners, so the people behind these challenges, are here with us today to explain us what they are looking for. So we're going to look at the challenges one by one, most of them, again, presented by the challenge owners, some of them because not everybody was available. I will try to explain you a bit more about them. The first challenge owner is the Barcelona City Council, represented by Carla Canal.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to present the challenge. Well, you have the title. I think it might look quite complicated. Public procurement and due diligence in human rights and sustainability through the value chain. In 3 minutes. So I work in the Barcelona City Council as a policy officer on international cooperation, but I'm also part of the Commission on Sustainable Public Procurement. So as you know, public procurement is supposed to have a positive impact in both social and environmental issues. This is what we have been calling strategic public procurement, but it also has to comply with the law. And that means labor, social, and environmental law. And with that, I mean all international laws and standards binding on the state, so ILO conventions, etc. So, I mean, this is clearly established for European and Spanish public procurement law. So the challenge is that most public administrations, but I'm going to talk only about Barcelona City Council, we don't have enough mechanism in place to ensure that when we do a contract, contractors comply with these applicable obligations in environmental, social, labor matters in the whole supply chain. No? Sometimes we do have a lot of mechanisms to follow up in our territory, but whenever we buy abroad, we are lacking. We don't have enough mechanisms to do this due diligence. So the good thing is that we are currently seeing an important development in many countries like United Kingdom, France, Germany, etc., in relation to legislation on due diligence on human rights and sustainability for companies. I mean, so public administration has the obligation, and companies will have this kind of legislation soon. In some countries, it's already in place. So this will help. We are sure this will help also public administrations to be sure that we are not breaking any law in our procurement. So what we are looking for, we're seeking for more instruments apart from the existing ones. We do have some instruments to help the public administration with this duty regarding human rights in the public purchases. And yeah, just to mention some of the solutions that are already in the market, and I know they are like developing more and more, like EPIT, Ecolabel, or TCO certified, EcoVadis, or I don't know, responsible business alliances, etc., etc. But all these labels and networks, until now, they have not been enough to ensure that there are no like human rights violations in our supply chains. So yeah, this is a challenge, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Carla. Very interesting challenge, I think, and I hope there are some companies already online who have a suitable solution for that. Also, something important to say, and just Anna, bear with me. You just showed the website with the challenges. The website is actually the center of operations for all companies who are interested in helping solve the challenges from the companies. So perhaps, Anna, you can already show the next challenge, because in that way I can explain a little bit how the website works. Because once you've heard about challenges, you want to read more about it. You want to know more specifics. So you go to our website where we've published all these challenges. We have there the open innovation challenges, the cities challenges, the urban transition challenges, and also information about the whole program and the pitch sessions. But in this part, we are mainly looking at the open innovation challenges. As said, we have the different challenge owners, different organizations. And with some keywords, you can already see here what they're looking for, but you should really look into detail what it is. So you can enter one of the organizations, and then you'll see normally a description of the organization and of the challenge. So if you do so, for example, for Istanbul, then we already have it in front of us without reading. You have the challenge here, and you can read through it. And once you're interested in it, it's important to register. And registration can be done for either a meeting at the show, which we hope, of course, will take place, or it can also be done in an online way the week before the event. What is important in your registration, without entering in too much detail, is that you register in the right way, your presence, and also your marketplace item, because that will explain the product or service you have, and then the city or the company can assess whether that's interesting for their challenge or not. So that just in a brief explanation of how to use this center of operations for you. We hope we will get a lot of your companies checking it out, because there's a lot in there. So now for the next challenge owner, we have Fatma Betul of Istanbul presenting their challenges. Fatma.
Yes. Hello, thank you. Can I share my screen for my presentation? Can I?
That's a good question. In general, we do it with showing the challenge on the website. Is that okay for you, or?
Okay, no matter. Okay. Dear participants, it's an honor for me to participate this webinar today. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Betül Güney Akbıyık. I'm an industrial engineer and I've been working on EU projects from 2006. And for last 13 years, I've been working on transportation projects. Today, I'm going to give a general information about Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality and our project idea, which we applied. Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, which I define as IMM from now on, is a local government serving for 16 million inhabitants. IMM is responsible for 5,500 kilometers square area. We are providing various services such as cultural, infrastructural, environmental services. We supply natural gas, energy, transportation services, urban planning, urban development, and these kind of services. We have 28 subsidiary institutions, and we have totally 80,000 people working for the municipality in total. Today, I want to focus on integration of transportation modes because our project idea is related with this challenge, actually, about the integration of transportation. As you know, to provide better transportation and direct people to public transportation, to use public transports, we need better connection between these transport modes. Because of this reason, we are determining densely used areas for transition between modes, and we are analyzing public transportation points to make necessary arrangements on these transfer points. And the biggest transfer integration center is Yenikapı Central Station, which we mentioned in this challenge, actually. Hundreds of thousands of people pass through this station every single day. Can you imagine the amount of the movement? There are 4 lanes connecting to each other on this station. And if possible, we want to use this movement for public benefits, such as converting this kinetical energy to electrical energy, for green energy, supplying green energy. And we are looking for partners who can supply technical and legal information and support us about this challenge. I mean, we are looking for an organization who will be able to manage everything from A to Z, actually, for this project. And also, we can make collaborations for EU grants projects. We are also open for that idea too. Besides, if we can reach to other examples, other experiences or feedbacks, it will be also appreciated for us. Thank you very much for paying attention. That's all. The very, very zipped transformation.
Well, thanks a lot, Fatma. It sounds like a massive but very interesting challenge, and we hope to find some interesting companies or perhaps other contacts who can help you move it ahead. So thanks a lot. Then we're going to talk about the next challenge, and the next challenge is from Grupo Constructia, a Catalan company, but they are not, unfortunately, not here today. So I will try to explain you a little bit about their challenge. First of all, about the company, it's a group composed by 5 different companies working in real estate and construction sectors. And they are promoting a change of model from a linear to a circular economy in this particular construction sector. And by that, have a positive impact on the environment, society, and economy. Their specific challenge is about urban mining in the construction sector, buildings as material banks. Our planet has provided us with an abundance of natural resources, but we have not utilized them responsibly and currently consume far beyond what our planet can provide, not to mention the enormous amount of waste and emissions generated in extraction and manufacturing processes. Especially, the construction sector is responsible for consuming approximately half of the materials extracted from Earth, as well as for generating 35% of the global CO2 emissions and 40% of waste. So we have to learn how to use and produce buildings in more sustainable ways. That will hopefully reverse the harm that we have inflicted on the planet. Therefore, Grupo Constructia is looking for effective solutions towards the sustainable use of materials and the reduction of waste and energy in the whole life cycle of a building. One promising alternative is to reuse construction materials in a circular approach. This includes the use of new materials and construction techniques, as well as the development of digital tools to enable circularity of materials within the entire construction value chain. They're looking for innovative and disruptive ideas and solutions that can be implemented within their development roadmaps and thereby achieve their goals in circular and digital construction. So that is the challenge of Constructia. Hopefully also there might be some companies who have suitable solutions. We are looking forward to hearing your ideas. The next challenge is coming from the UK, from Westminster City Council. They also can't be here today, so I'm also going to try to take you through their challenge. Let me look it up. That takes a little bit of time. So Westminster, for the people who don't know it, it's based in the heart of London. It has about 200,000 residents, but also a lot of businesses, about 50,000, and a lot of people coming into the place to work. And they are looking and working on a fairer Westminster, one that supports and celebrates all their communities. In 2019, they declared a climate emergency, and they've set their ambitions to be a net zero carbon council by 2030. And they're working with their partners to become a net zero city by 2040. In response to this, the City Council has drafted a comprehensive climate emergency action plan, and they've identified several challenges associated with measuring, quantifying, and tracking emissions. Specifically, a few key challenges they have and they are looking to solve are, at the moment, they are currently measuring and quantifying building emissions through using energy performance certificates, which only provide a snapshot in time. They would like to be able to understand the building emissions picture on a more granular level, more than that can be provided by the EPCs. Also, currently, they do not have a way of tracking emission reductions in projects delivered across the city, which means they can't effectively track progress of efforts and delivery outside the council's control. And above all, they would like to benefit from a tool to effectively forecast emission reduction based on current and planned projects in the city. The impact of all these challenges is that it limits their ability to accurately map, measure, and quantify project savings from climate activities on the net zero trajectory, impacts their ability to think strategically and forward plan future interventions to address the remaining emissions. It makes it more difficult to assign appropriate resources and funding to the right actions if they're unsure of the impact. And therefore, they're looking for a solution to address these challenges and to help them achieve essential net zero goals and become a fairer Westminster. Moving on from the UK, not from the UK, from England to Wales, we would like to invite now Stephen Parks from the Welsh Government to talk about their challenges.
Thank you very much, Paul. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Parks, and I'm the Challenge-Led Innovation Projects Manager for the Welsh Government's Innovation team. A post I've only held for 2 months, so it's exciting to have an opportunity like this so early on in my take up of the role. So thank you for having me here today as well. I'm here today to talk about 2 developing challenges that we're bringing forward, we're passionate about, and we're looking for innovative solutions for. The first of those looks at tackling issues around children and young people's mental health. So the number of children and young people experiencing mental health problems around the world is growing, and Wales is no exception to that. An estimated 1 in 8 children has a diagnosable mental health condition, with half of these mental health problems manifesting themselves by the time the person's 14, and 75% of those by the age of 24. The COVID pandemic had a massive impact on the mental health and emotional well-being of our societies, and this was felt particularly by our children and young people. Stress, anxiety, depression, and isolation have all taken their toll. And although our mental health services are expanding, it's not fast enough to meet those growing demands, which leaves many of our children and young people with little to no support. It's a particular problem for those in our more socially and economically deprived areas. So what we want to do is support the mental health and well-being needs of our children and young people and help them as they face the difficult challenges of transitioning into adulthood. The Welsh Government is looking at supporting delivery of projects that can demonstrate the potential and scalability of close-to-market solutions or previously researched models of care that exist that would enable the development of core evidence and case studies to inform a wider rollout. This could include new models of support and care that build on the strengths of a multi-sector approach. There'll be scope for digital solutions in harnessing and coordinating locally available support and bringing those packages together, and utilising emerging technologies to support long-term well-being, as well as having systems that are agile enough to respond rapidly when a crisis occurs, such as what we experienced with COVID. We're also interested in seeking solutions that can address the underlying barriers to well-being, such as skills, connectivity, and access to employment. They're all things that obviously contribute to the well-being of our younger population. And this includes addressing issues such as digital literacy, accessibility and affordability of the right complementary technology, poor signal in rural areas, which is a huge problem in Wales. So much. I'm deep in rural Wales today, and I'm quite surprised that the link is working well for me today, because normally I experience issues in what we refer to as internet not spots rather than hotspots that exist throughout Wales. There's wider issues that impact on recruitment opportunities for young people, such as access to affordable housing, shared living opportunities, and access to reliable transport. So you can see it's quite a broad and diverse set of issues within that one challenge. So that there's lots of different areas that we need help with there, and we look forward to getting some contributions and some interesting ideas on that one. Moving on to our second challenge, which is in the environmental sphere, and we're looking at the reduction of ammonia emissions that we have in Wales. Ammonia is a major atmospheric pollutant, and it's harmful to human health when combined with other industrial pollutants. When deposited on the land, it can acidify soils and fresh waters and over-fertilizing natural plant communities. Agriculture contributes to over 85% of our current ammonia emissions in Wales, originating largely from manure and digestate management and from applications of fertilizers in particular. Ammonia emissions have been rising in Wales since 2010, and today 60% of sensitive vegetation experiences an ammonia level it's not able to tolerate. We're seeking demonstrator projects for solutions which can evidence reductions in ammonia emissions whilst also meeting the needs of our farmers. So we've got a target to meet in terms of reducing our ammonia emissions. We've got a target of reducing them by at least 3% by the year 2040, which is based on sort of new technology being implemented at a sort of 30% take-up rate for the 10 years leading up to that period. So it seems small in number, but it's fairly ambitious for where we are currently. So we're looking at solutions that can allow for further scientific modelling of emissions and concentrations. We're looking at solutions that demonstrate benefit to farmers, but they can be delivered at costs that are proportionate to the farmers and government requirements. So solutions that give a small reduction in emissions should hopefully come at a minimal cost, so we can balance that out. One of the things we'll help with is obviously solutions will need to comply with our current Welsh and UK legislations, such as the Water Resources Regulations Act of 2021, so we can work with innovators on the issues around that. This will mainly involve working to identify and mitigate potential side effects or pollution swapping that could be a consequence of any intervention. So obviously we don't want to solve a problem by creating a different problem somewhere else. So if there are some side effects, we can work together on mitigating those. We're looking at emerging near to market technologies which can be deployed in a demonstrator setting to enable us to capture some scientifically robust evidence that these ammonia emissions are reduced. So those are the two challenges that we're looking to bring forward. There's a lot more to dig into, to use an agricultural term, in both of those. But I look forward to working with you on those challenges, and thank you for listening to me today.
Well, thanks a lot, Stephen, and also thanks for teaching us a new thing, not spots. I had not heard of that before. I think the challenges you present, especially the first one, is very broad and shows a lot of the different aspects that we see in smart cities or smart regions. And the second, I think, is also a problem that we see in a lot of parts of Europe. So I'm sure there must be companies who are thinking about solutions for that. So let's hope we find them through this webinar or later on the show. So thanks, Stephen. We now move on to the challenge presented by Akbar. Akbar is a Catalan company. I will tell you a bit about the challenge. They cannot be here. So Akbar is a part of Veolia, Spain, and they are working a lot on the ecological transition of municipalities with solutions for adaptation to climate change, improvement of urban resilience, optimizing the response to possible extreme weather events, as we see quite a lot, especially this summer. They apply the principles of the circular economy and optimize management of green spaces and the protection of biodiversity. What they're looking for in this particular challenge is nature-based solutions for sustainable cities. These nature-based solutions offer effective methods of building resilience to the multiple urban challenges. They provide support through services such as water flow regulation, runoff mitigation, temperature regulation, air purification, etc. Renaturing cities contributes to the provision of ecosystem services that will help in responding to all of these urban challenges, improving the biodiversity, and of course also the well-being of citizens. They're looking for innovative solutions that may contribute to new business models or improvements of the performance of existing ones by the integration of disruptive technological solutions. So this is the challenge, or actually the challenges in a way that they are looking for from Akbar. Another thing that is, I think, just like the one just presented by Wales, it's a very important one at the moment, a lot of attention. So I hope there are companies with interesting solutions for these. Moving on from the company Akbar, we are going back to a municipality, which is the municipality of Bursa in Turkey. Their challenge will be presented by Celine Sevinç. Please go ahead.
Hello, greetings from Bursa. Could you hear me well? Hello.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Nursema Çiftçi. I am going to participate on behalf of my manager, Mrs. Celine Sevinç. Can we let me start by saying a few words about our institution. We are a local government. Bursa Metropolitan Municipality has the first smart city and innovation department in Turkey, and it was established in 19, within the scope of the smart city transformation, our municipality determined the smart city strategies with the vision of the Bursa is the most livable city that produces values from resources and the vision of working together for smart and sustainable services, centering people and the environment. Bursa municipality's main objective is can you see my presentation also?
It would be better to put it on presentation mode if you can. Yeah, this is better.
Okay, sorry. Also, sorry for my sore throat. I have a flu. Sorry. A smart city and innovation department ultimate objective is to make Bursa city more livable and sustainable city with the collaboration, utilizing emerging technologies and innovative approaches. We have 4 different departments. First one, Smart City Directorate and Research and Development Directorate, Science and Technology Directorate, Geographic Information Systems Directorate. And for this Open Innovation Challenge, we have 2 offer. One is the Sport Cities and the other one is Lost Mountaineers Rescue System. The first one is closely linked with climate change, influence on climate change, on flood disasters. Let me start with the Sport City project. Sorry. When we focus on this Sport City project, we ask ourselves how water and floods can work for the sake of the city instead of against it, and how can cities become sport cities, and how can we measure how spongy is my city, and why does it matter? And these are the facts around the world. Global floods and extreme rainfall events have quadrupled since 1980s. And 44% of all disaster events have been flood related. And approximately 700 million people live in places where maximum daily rainfall has increased. These are the truth facts research from Europe. It's a public private institution who gets these data. And Sport City is a natural-based solution to reduce the risk of floods by enabling cities to absorb water. And also, Bursa has faced severe flood disaster vulnerability in especially informal settlements. So great impact to this our city, and it is our challenge. We are going to find a solution to minimize future flood impacts, disaster preparedness, and we need to more take attention to disaster risk reduction by planning a sport city in Bursa. Generally, we give importance to the climate crisis effects, and it has highlighted changes in rainfall causing droughts or storms containing large amounts of water. This led to floods that could cause major damage to urban infrastructures. And this is the illustration of the sport city in a basic way. Yeah, I mean, Sport City is an urban development strategy designed to manage and mitigate the challenges of urban flooding and water scarcity through sustainable and nature-based solutions. And as a municipality, it's directly related are smart city strategies, because effective water management, sustainability, and climate resilience are the key component of a modern smart city. And instead of building concrete barriers to prevent floods, Sport City support harvests rainwater sustainably and repurposes it for irrigation and home use. And we need to adding more parks, trees, and other greenery and natural drainage can boost the city's absorbency and make it more flood and drought resilience. And we may use rain gardens, green roofs, and we add urban wetlands and other innovative methods to absorb water during storms. And we really need to set size these infrastructures in order to survive these kind of problems. And we need to combat this. The sparsity can be a solution with a green infrastructure that will allow the resulting surface water to be filtered, absorbed, stored, even purified. And these are the sparsity benefits: more clean water for the stick, cleaner groundwater, enriched biodiversity, and greener and more enjoyable green areas. And our second challenge, as we know, in Bursa, we have a Ulu Mountain. And in Bursa, many mountains...
Just one thing, Celine, if you can do it a bit quicker, because we are all...
Okay, I am going to more quicker way. Okay, the second project is Lost Mountainers Climbers Rescue System project. We use LoRaWAN wireless technology, satellites, and it can be used in emergency assistance to find missing climbers in the Ulu Mountain region. We need really mountaineering activities, but it becomes dangerous and involves high risks, even summers. And common accidents include altitude sickness, missing person, and accidental fallings. And by monitoring with LoRaWAN wireless technologies, we can measure the heart rate, temperature, and accelerometer in a safety system. And we need some systems that allows the rescuers be aware of the condition. And this rescue system is very beneficial to improve this kind of geolocation problems. That's all. Okay. And within the scope of this work, reducing the disappearance of missing climbers in the Uludağ region, and in case of missing climbers, reaching the missing people in a shorter time and alone. And we need to develop this solution with increased scalable wireless technology that's compatible with mountainous areas. Thank you for taking attention. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Celine, for presenting these challenges, even with a bit of a sore throat. So much appreciated.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I also think the first challenge is also, again, a topic that has been quite important the last couple of months, especially in Southern Europe, also where similar problems have been seen. So hopefully good solutions can be found for that. Thank you. So we're going to switch now to the next organization, which is the BCN Drone Center. And we have Ernest Miralles, who will present their challenge. Ernest.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Great. So we are BCN Drone Center. We are also known as CAT UAV. We are a drone center doing business on the engineering, consulting, and testing of drones. We've been doing that for the past 20 plus years. And we've recently developed a IROVR, which is a drone control station that uses virtual reality and internet to operate drones from anywhere in the world with an immersive experience using VR glasses. With those virtual reality glasses, the pilot, operators, engineers, and other people involved in flights are able to operate and follow this drone from a room with a 3D map, with screens, drone specifications, cameras, etc. What we are proposing in this challenge is actually a very wide challenge. We are open to ideas around all this topic, but we pretend to combine this IROVR application that we've built, combined with the integration of Internet of Things sensors and applications for smart cities. And with this integration should bring capabilities for urban planners, citizens, authorities. It will evolve this IROVR platform from a drone control station into a smart city kind of management hub, where users can visualize data, analyze this data, and also take action from all this. And We want to also improve the user experience for those future users, so they can visualize and analyze this data in a good way. And finally, we are targeting companies. We're looking for companies that want to start a partnership around this topic. And afterwards, then together go and look for public or private funding to develop this project further. And this is it.
Okay, thanks a lot for presenting this, Ernest. Also, indeed, it's broad, but I'm sure there are good companies out there who can help you out with it. We're now moving on to the next challenge, and this is a challenge by the Advanced Telecommunication Research Institute International from Japan. They can't be here, so I will talk about it briefly. They form part of Kaihana Science City, which is one of the 2 science cities in Japan, which pursues basically research achievements really on a high level in things like computational neuroscience, deep interaction science, wireless communications, and life science as well. And they work together a lot with startups, industry, academia, and governments. Because they're so open for these collaborations, they also wanted to present a challenge, which is the following one. It's creating a sustainable eco-cycle model for Kyoto. Agriculture and fisheries, industries, digital infrastructure, clean energy, because the following is going on. The development of infrastructure required for society, which can be all of these previously mentioned, is being carried out individually without any coordination. And this results in a huge waste of resources and energy. While this is an important social infrastructure that is expected to further expand globally in the future, it is urgent to build a more sustainable model. So the objective of them is combining different types of infrastructure, and thereby they aim to build a sustainable and efficient model with no waste of resources and energy, and thereby realize a more sustainable society. So if you have any solutions that can contribute to solving this challenge, you're more than welcome to have a look at it and ask for a meeting. So going to the next one on the list, this is a company again, a Catalan company, internationally active, of course, which is the company Fluidra. And Fluidra is represented today by Daniela Sanchez. So Daniela, could you explain a bit about the challenge of Fluidra?
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having us and extending this incredible invitation to make our current challenges now. Well, I'm Daniela Sanchez, and I'm part of the Open Innovation team in Fluidra, which is a global leader in the pool and wellness industry. Basically, our principal activity is the manufacturing of all what you need to build a pool and to enjoy safely within the pool, like pumps, heat pumps, accessories, ladders, water treatments, light pool covers, anything you can imagine to build a pool or to enjoy within the pool. To say more about our company, we're present in more than 47 countries around the world, and we have more than 6 different brands. And our mission in Fluidra is to create the perfect pool and wellness experience responsibly. So now regarding the challenges, we have 2 main challenges aimed to address the water efficiency and the inclusive access to public and urban swimming pools. To better explain, Fluidra wants to improve, first of all, the management of public and urban swimming pools in terms of being more efficient in water and energy consumption, as well as the second one is guaranteeing inclusive access to all to the pools for all social groups. So these two challenges are very open, and we're looking for companies or startups with solutions that could be applied to the pool ecosystem around these two topics. And as Fluidra, what we offer is the possibility to co-create, to collab, or to invest in new solutions that improve efficiency, the water efficiency, and inclusive access to public and urban swimming pools. So that's it. And we are very excited to listen to all your ideas. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Daniela. And as you all can see, there are also different approaches. Of course, we have cities, we have companies, and also in the way they want to collaborate. For example, Fluidra also offering investment opportunities. Going from Fluidra to another, well, very important and famous, I think, Catalan company, which is the Roca Group. Roca also presents a challenge. I will briefly explain you this challenge. So Roca is a world leader in the design and development and manufacturing commercialization of bathroom products. They're active all around the world. They have more than 70 production sites. They have more than 20,000 employees, and they are active in 170 companies. So what are they looking for in smart cities, you might ask? Well, they're looking at the following challenge: efficient thermal storage systems from the point of view of economy and energy. So basically within the framework of the different processes, production processes they have at Roca, they have a lot of residual heat, which they already are using for a large part. But there is also a limitation of the availability of this extra energy in the time when you actually need it. Therefore, they're looking for a way, a thermal storage system that allows them to accumulate the heat used at different times and to be able to use it as energy in different times and thereby reduce gas consumption in their factories. So it's a completely different approach, more focused on the manufacturing, but still, I think a lot of smart city related solutions could have a good place also with this challenge. So going on from Roca Sanitario, we're going now to the US. And so we have Annelies Loren from the Electric Power Research Institute Europe. Annelies.
Hi, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk today. So many interesting challenges. And ours is even more particular, I think, because as you mentioned, we're a research institute and we work with a lot of utilities worldwide. And we have a program that we call Incubate Energy Lab that we've been running for 5 years already. And now we're entering in the 6th years. And the way it works is we work with 15 to 20 utilities in the US, in Canada, in Europe, and in Latin America. And with those utilities, we work toward their challenge. And so this is April's challenge, but it's also the challenge of all the utilities. April is a research institute, we're a nonprofit, and we try to collaborate as much as possible. And so this program is to match utilities with startups to do demo projects. So we have 2 main topics that I want to present for the Smart Cities Challenge. And the first one is the community and customer and community engagement. And, you know, the whole industry is always trying to, I guess the previous one, if you're, yeah, okay, perfect. And really all the utilities we've been working with, they really care about their customer satisfaction and they want to reach out to the whole community. So that means also customers that have maybe some vulnerabilities, disabilities, or simply that can't afford paying the electricity bill. So we want solutions that allow us to reach out to all the customers from the utilities, help them to offer solutions that are targeting individual needs and create that community. So we need you to help us bring those solutions and create these great, interactive, smart communities. And then the second challenge that we have, it's electrification. For that challenge, we're looking at very broad technology, but I guess I would just name some of them so it would be easier. But like advanced HVAC system, load disaggregation, monitoring and control, flexible load control solutions. Overall, we're looking for all sorts of technologies and we want to match them with the utilities and their current needs to do demo project next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Annelies. And it's very good to hear indeed that opportunity for a demo project. So hopefully we can have some companies or other organizations interested in working together with you. So we're going. I'm live again. So we're going to go to the next participant, the next challenge owner, and they've made a short video explaining their challenge. It regards the Electrical and Mechanical Services Department of Hong Kong. So we now show you this video.
Hello everyone, my name is Larry and I'm an engineer from the Innovation Office, Electrical and Mechanical Services Department, the government of HKSAR. Today I would like to present some of the challenges that we are currently facing. But before we go into the details, I would like to have a very brief introduction of EMSD. EMSD is responsible for the maintenance of millions of electrical and mechanical systems and equipment and over 8,000 government buildings. These E&M equipment and systems play an important role in the day-to-day operation of government buildings, encompassing heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, electrical system, and more. For example, the air handling unit (AHU) of HVAC system in building plays a critical role in maintaining the temperature and humidity, and then supplies comfortable and refreshing air-conditioned air to the buildings. Daily operation of the AHU involves monitoring and adjusting temperature and humidity level, ensure proper airflow, and replacing air filters regularly. Regular maintenance is crucial to prevent breakdowns and ensure optimal performance. Maintenance tasks include cleaning coils and fans, checking belts and bearings, and inspecting electrical and mechanical components. Unexpected breakdown may lead to unplanned downtime and disruption to the building operation and resulting in high maintenance and replacement costs. Thus, we aim to ensure the high availability of the E&M system with predictive maintenance, which is our priority to ensure public services. By participating in this challenge, EMSD would like to have the following support. First, we would like to identify multiple IoT sensors, vibration sensors, and the types of sensors that can be attached to E&M's equipment or system, for example, AHU, to collect data for further analysis. Second, we would like to analysis of the collected data by artificial intelligence AI to predict potential faults, breakdowns, or even lifetime of different E&M equipment or system. Last but not least, we would like to build a model that can be easily replicated to other similar E&M systems so that the time required for learning the data and analysis can be minimized. For this challenge, we would like to expect the followings. We first hope to avoid unplanned downtime and minimize disruption of the E&M system. We would also like to take proactive measures to address potential issues before occur. Also, we would like to reduce the response time for maintenance personnel to receive alert and notification as soon as abnormalities are detected. Lastly, we would also like to predict actual life cycle of the parts of different E&M systems to improve equipment management. Although there are some sensors that can collect data on different E&M systems in the market, we expected to identify multiple sensors to collect data at the same time to improve the accuracy, and the collected data shall be suitable for such analysis. On the other hand, a model for analyzing the collected data needs to be developed to achieve the expected result, and this solution is not commonly available in the market. So this is all the challenge about, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you, of course, for this good and very clear video. And perhaps what we see is also sometimes that there can be actually very good ideas between the participating challenge owners. I think there might be an idea to talk between the previous speaker and the Hong Kong organization. And that we see quite often, that there's a lot more value even except only meeting the companies. Now we're going back to Europe, we're going to Paris. Paris has, and in particular, it's the metropolitan region of Paris, so the metropole, the metropole. They have launched a new program. This program is the Metropolitan Districts of Innovation program. It is a program that will host innovative solutions from French, but also from foreign structures during 18 months of experimentation within municipalities of this greater Paris metropolis. The municipalities will be guided, assisted, and supported by teams of the greater Paris metropolis and Paris & Co. to select the best sites and the experiments to do at those sites. From May 2024, innovative project holders, which can be startups, associations, large companies, etc., will be able to apply to be part of the 30+ solutions which will be tested in the area. The program is conducted in partnership with Paris & Co., which is the Innovation and Economic Development Agency of the Paris metropolitan area. Also, together with Choose Paris Region, the governmental agency fostering attractiveness of Paris region, and the Banque des Territoires. They are looking for innovative companies working in fields of urban innovation, which can be mobility, nature within the city, adaptation to climate change, waste management, logistics, culture, circular economy, and many more. The companies must offer market-ready solutions of products and paired with the adequate support to implement it in these cities. So a different kind of approach, a program where you can actually experiment with your solutions within different municipalities in the Paris region. After Paris, we will go to the city of Boston. City of Boston will be represented in this session again by a video made by Santiago Garces.
Hello, my name is Santiago Garces. I'm the Chief Information Officer for the City of Boston. I want to share with you a challenge. It's not a procurement yet, but something that we've been thinking about. The City of Boston interacts with hundreds of thousands of constituents, visitors, tourists, residents, many of whom speak different languages. In fact, the city has 10 official languages, including Haitian Creole, Vietnamese, Chinese, Spanish, and others. And we are looking for partners that can help us design solutions that enable people to interact with the city in different languages in automated ways. Supporting text messaging, supporting mobile applications, supporting emails, while enabled by direct translation, hopefully powered by some of the new technologies like artificial intelligence and other methods that allow the city and residents to interact in new ways in their own language and in the means that are most comfortable for them to contact us. So we're looking for partners, we're looking for companies that are thinking about approaches that are innovative, that would allow us to do this work at scale, and that would allow us to rethink the ways in which constituents can interact with their government. So we look forward to hearing the creative pitches and the approaches that you might have to this important challenge for the City of Boston.
Well, it was very interesting to hear as well, and also shows, of course, the international reach of this program, spanning several continents with very different challenges. Before we go to the last presentation of a challenge, I just want to mention that in Watchity, where you're seeing this webinar, you have the opportunity to ask questions. We don't have a lot of time, I think, left for questions and answers, but if you have any, I would please ask you to already go and write them down so we don't lose time after the last presentation. So thank you for that. And then as said, we are ready for the last presentation. Last but not least, we invite Piero Pellizzaro from the Agencia del Demanio to explain about their challenges.
Good morning to everyone. I am Vittoria Mobili. I'm sorry for the turn off webcam, but thank you for this opportunity. I am here on behalf of Piero Pellizzaro, who apologized for his absence today, but looks forward to engaging with you in the upcoming steps following this event. Specifically, Piero and I are part of the Public Property Regeneration Hub, which for the Italian Public Property Agency coordinates and designs a network of open innovation with national and international stakeholders and partners. Our challenge is, as a state property agency, we manage more than 43,000 buildings, and we need to improve our digital tool as BIM, digital twin, and the AI apply to the real estate to better planning and design our future intervention. We are looking for artificial intelligence tool to help us to better estimate the value of our property, business case for a necessary integration between building digital twin and territorially digital twin. Finally, but not least, how to improve our data enrichment. Thank you for listening.
Thanks a lot. With that, we've come to the end of the details of the challenges. I think there are a lot of opportunities here, and that's also all about this program is getting opportunities in front of companies and getting cities and companies to learn and be in contact with innovative companies like you. As I don't see any questions at the moment, I think I will pass the word to my colleague Anna again for some last words and closing of this webinar. Thank you.
Gràcies, Paul. Sé que són molts challenges. Hem fet 20 o 21 challenges. Són molts, però cadascú també està interessat en els seus i cadascú ha de tenir el seu espai. Aquesta gravació la deixarem penjada a l'agenda d'acció i, per tant, tindrem el link en el vídeo i podrem fer-ne difusió en general i buscarem els minuts i així podrem dir tal challenge a tal minut del vídeo. Moltíssimes gràcies a tots. Thank to the speakers. Thank you very much. És una experiència molt maca. Esperem que en l'Smart City ens retrobem físicament tots i espero que us hagi servit una mica per veure aquests challenge owners quins reptes tenen i si la vostra solució encaixa en aquest repte. Doncs si no hi ha preguntes, ho deixem aquí i moltíssimes gràcies a tots.